Hi, this is Jill from Humu Yoga, and this is the gentle practice. Today we're going to work with the theme of listening. So for this practice, let's really tune into the body and try to listen to the body. So we'll start by just taking the hands down to your sides. First, you want to find, though, a comfortable either cross-legged position, or your leg could be in front, or you could be here. But just notice, whatever you chose, are you sinking back, or can you use your hands to kind of lift yourself up? So you're sitting right on top of those sitting bones. And whatever you chose, stay there. And then we're going to go ahead and just tune in for a moment. So notice, can you pull in from pelvic floor and really feel a sense of grounding, rooting? We call that in yoga mula, root. Mula bandha, root lock. So see if you can find that. And then right above that, below the navel, feel a drawing in, and it creates an energy upward. And just maybe close your eyes and see if you can feel both of those. You're not doing it too much, just enough so it's a subtle grounding and lifting, and just stay there for a moment. And then tune into your breath, inhalations, exhalations. Notice where your breath is today. And then from here, we'll reach the arms out, take a big breath in and reach up, and then exhale and reach out. Moving with your breath, trying to sit up really tall. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands come down. And then we're going to gently now just drop the head to the right. And then from here, take your right hand over by your ear, and you're not pushing your head down, but it's just a little weight. And then draw your left shoulder away from your ear. So make sure it's not going up. You really draw that shoulder away. And then see if you can gently let the head relax over. Stay here for a few breaths. And then slowly start to drop the chin down towards your right armpit. And the hand can be in back of the head. It's just gentle. It's just a gentle weight. And breathe into that for a moment. And then inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, rise up. Take that hand down, and we'll go to the other side. So just inhale here, sitting up tall. Exhale, let your head gently fall to the left. And take a few breaths here. You're reaching away with that right hand. You can reach up with the left hand and gently, just the weight of the hand is pulling the head. It's just assisting. It's not pulling, actually. Listen to that. Breathe into that. And then from there, you can gently, if it feels good, drop the chin down towards your left armpit. You can move your hand maybe to the back of the head. Make sure there's no tension in your neck. It's just easy. Make sure you're breathing, inhaling. And with each exhalation, you can go a little deeper. And then inhale, rise up, both hands down, and we'll come to center for a moment. And now we're going to make our way to all fours. So just gently coming onto all fours, listening to the body, what's going on in your body today, finding all fours. I like to tuck the toes under because it helps me when I round the spine to feel a sense of a lift. So find that lift, and then inhale, come forward, and find that sternum opening. Pause there. Notice what's going on here today. And then exhale, lift. And one more time to inhale, come forward, lengthen. And one more time, lift. And now we're going to take this into child's pose. So you can take your feet together, open your knees, and reach back. And just take your butt down in the direction of your heels. It doesn't have to go all the way down, but it can if that's natural for you. And just breathe into your back body. Inhale. And exhale. Take another breath here. Inhale. And with each exhalation, you fall a little deeper into the pose. Let's slowly start to walk the hands to the right. And feel a line of energy from your pinky finger on your left side to your left butt as it draws down. Breathing. And exhale. One more. And exhale. Now we're going to slowly walk the hands over to the left. I have to really listen to my body in this one because my butt used to go all the way to my heels very easily. Feel the line of energy from the right pinky finger to the right butt. But then I found out in my 50s that I have osteoarthritis in my knees. So I have to be careful with them. Inhale here, find a nice tabletop, and then we're going to come down to Sphinx pose. So we'll come down to the elbows and then make your way back. And from here, it's really important when we're on our belly and we're doing these spinal extension exercises to make sure the legs are engaged and you're not sticking the butt out. So you want to push the feet down and take the tail under. So it's not like this, it's under, right? It's almost like your pubic bone is coming forward and up. And then you want to make sure the shoulders are nice and drawn down, but yet widening, so you're not crunched in your shoulders. And then the neck is super important here too. So gently, maybe take your gaze to the right and to the left. Just notice what's going on. I'm feeling like I'm pulling my elbows in towards me as my sternum lifts. And then from here, you could stay, or if you wanted to go a little deeper, we're going to start to slowly straighten the arms. And you could again turn side to side, keeping the shoulders down and wide. Lift the sternum, lift the sternum. Take a couple more breaths and slowly come down. And then from here, we're going to do that one more time, or you might want to move your hands in just a little bit. Just see where you go with that. So tail under, belly lifts, shoulders down and wide. Stay here, or if it feels good, rising up. Keep that tail under. Neck long, you could look side to side, straight ahead, one more breath, and slowly coming down. Nice back bending. So come on to all fours. Let's come into a puppy pose from here. So just gently, just go where your body can. So try to keep your hips above your knees for this one and not back. And then just walk your hands forward and see if you can just surrender here. Let your chest come down towards the floor. Breathing, just go where your body can go. Try to straighten your arms and reach through the shoulders. Breathe. A couple more breaths. One more breath. And then inhale, rising up. And now we're going to come back to seated. So just easily coming down. Let's take the legs back out in front. Let's take this nice diamond shape. So feet together, knees apart, and we're going to come into a restorative forward bend here. So you could use your blocks and just rest your head. So now we're doing a counter stretch to the back bend, to the cobra. So pull the belly in and let your body just round here. Make sure there's no tension in your neck. If you were feeling like you wanted to go a little deeper, you might find that you let go of one block, or maybe you find that, oh, this feels nice today. But keep the shoulders down, keep the belly lifted, and just focus on your breath. Inhaling into the back body and exhaling. And a couple more breaths. Exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. And now inhale, rise up. And we'll put the block to the side for now. Let's sit up and hold the back of the legs. So holding the back of the legs and with the knees bent, see if you can get your spine really long here. And now we're going to stretch it a little. So now you curl back, pull the belly in. And then inhale, rise up, lift. And exhale, curl back. One more like that. Inhale, rise up, lift. Good. And then let's go ahead and we're going to use a yoga block for rollbacks today. So you could have your legs a little bent if it was hard to get up on those sitting bones. And we're going to hold on to the block, engaging the lats, like feeling the arms work here a little bit. And then as we curl back, we start to straighten the legs, pull the belly way in, and press the big toe mound of your feet forward so you're really engaged in the legs too. And then exhale and come back up. We'll take a little twist this time. So inhale here, exhale. You could also be having your hands down here. We're going to turn and see if you can pull that block in. And then reach again and come forward. You could always use your hands. And we'll go to the other side. So curl back, and we're going to turn. You could use your hand as you pull in, reach out, and come up. Let's go all the way down. But this time, I'm going to try and strategically place these blocks. So it's going to be under my shoulder blade when I get down there. And the other one's going to be under my head. And I'm going to take us down into a restorative back bend. So sitting up tall, your knees could be bent if that helped. Slowly coming down. You can always use your arms here. So adjust the block so it's right on the edge of the shoulder blade. And then the other one is on your head. And then let's go ahead and grab the elbows and gently just let the arms go over the head. Make sure your legs aren't turning outward. Just keep enough energy in them that they're nice and straight. And feel this nice side body stretch, shoulders, chest. It's a restorative back bend. So keep it that way. Listen to your body. Don't overdo. But you should be able to really find nice inhalations and exhalations here. In and out of the nose if you can. Let's go ahead and switch the crossing and reaching. And just listen. Notice what's going on in your body today. Can you stay focused on just your practice, where you're at right now? And now let's go ahead and reach up to the ceiling. And we'll do a nice roll up. But we're supported, so it should be a little bit easier. Take a breath in. Exhale, start to curl your upper body up. You could use your hands here to pull the belly in and help you to get up. And then we'll take the blocks away, but just keep them by your side. We'll take a breath in and exhale, slowly go back. Coming down, curling, really pulling the belly in. You could use your hands, coming all the way down, and then you find yourself here. And now we're gonna go ahead and do a nice bridge. So we'll bend the knees, and take a breath in here, and exhale, start to curl the pelvis up into a bridge. Lift up as high as you can. And then exhale, we're curling the spine to come down. And now we're gonna do a restorative bridge. So we're gonna use the block. So exhale, go ahead and curl your spine and come up. And just put the block at whatever height you can. Maybe today this is good. And when you're here, notice what's going on in your neck. You don't want your head too far back or too far down. It's just so the neck is long. The shoulders roll open. Make sure you're not lifting the ribs too much here. You want your tail under. So you're getting maybe a nice stretch in the hip flexors. Maybe you find you want to go a little deeper. You can do that. Everybody's built differently. So for some people, this comes really easily. It was never easy for me. But keep the tail under a little bit, the ribs in. And just, you can even close your eyes here. Focus on the breath. Inhaling, feeling the rib cage expand. And exhaling. And one more big breath in. Of course, if you wanted to, you could stay here longer, but I'm going to come out and I'm going to put the block on the lowest level. I think this is a good height for this next one because we're going to let the legs come up to the ceiling. So straight up to the ceiling, and you can pull your toes down towards you. Now, if you have a hard time with this, you could lower the legs and put them at a wall. So you could be using the wall. But if you can get your legs straight up, that's great. You want to make sure you're not tucked under and you're not sticking out. Again, find that nice neutral. Keep the legs as straight as you can. And breathe. I'm feeling nice work in my legs, but it's gentle. It feels good. And it's also an inversion. So we spend so much time sitting and walking, and how much time do we spend like this? in our day. So it's a nice reversal of blood flow. Just feels good. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and take the feet down. Now let's go ahead and just straighten the right leg. Do your best to keep your heel down, but if you're really tight in the hip flexors and your leg is up, that's okay. And just press through the big toe mound, feeling that the top of the right hip stretching. Make sure you're not arched. And then we'll go ahead and switch, straightening the left leg, really feeling that length, ribs in. And then we'll bring that leg back. And then we'll take the feet together and the knees out. You can gently rest your hands on your thighs if that feels good. Breathing, gentle opening. And just stay here. You can close your eyes. And then inhale, letting the legs come up. Lift the pelvis up. Slowly come off the block. Maybe curl your pelvis down. Feeling that curling down. And then we're going to go ahead now and stretch the deep hips, the glutes. So see if you can cross your ankle over your knee. And if you can do that, maybe try and open the knee too. And if it's accessible for you, you could stay here or you could bring it up and just work on opening that knee. And just notice where you're feeling the stretch. Keep pressing through your big toe mounds. You could stay here, or if it felt nice, you could cross deeply and just play around with drawing the feet towards you, away, whatever feels nice. We're going to come into a twist. So from here, I'm just going to leave my legs the way they are, but you could come back to this place, do what feels nice in your body. And then I'm going to turn my head to the right. You could even straighten this lower leg if that was better for you. And breathe. Just notice, listen to your body. Breathing. I like the feeling of reaching through the right arm and opening a little more, making sure there's no tension in that right shoulder. It feels really good. And then inhale, come back. We'll do the other side, cross the left ankle over the right knee. I have a little bit of tension in my feet. You could stay here if this was working for you, or you could come here. Make sure there's no tension in the neck as you gently guide that knee open. Breathing. And then from here you could stay, or to go a little deeper into that piriformis. Deep glute stretch, real deep. You could go here. You could move your feet closer, whatever feels better in your body. And stay for a few more breaths. And I'm going to keep my legs the same, but you could come back to this position as we come into our twist. Or you could even release this leg if that felt better. And then I'm gently going to take my gaze to the left. I like this feeling of rolling the shoulder open and gazing and breathing. There's many variations of twisting, and you can do what feels good in your body. And then inhale and come back. We're going to go ahead and just hug the knees in. Do a gentle curl up, maybe even a happy baby if that felt good in your body. And then we're going to release into Shivasana. So just let everything go. Listen to the body for a moment. Can you release completely, but yet stay in this energy of release and letting go. You can stay in Shivasana as long as you need. I'm going to go ahead and start to take you out now, though. So start by just listening to your breath, feeling the breath. Start to move the fingers and the toes, but stay again in this state of relaxation. As you bend the knees, you're going to turn to your side in a fetal position and pause. And then slowly making your way up to seated. And we'll come back to that position we were in when we started. And just notice how the body feels now and how the mind feels. And listen to it. Stay in this place of light. Namaste.